Modified Production Zone title, 1 litre saloon zone title, or 1 litre ladies saloon title. Then we've got bumper cars, men's and ladies, Division 2 hot rods, mini modified sprinters, and Division 2 hot rod ladies. The B&D diesel. Sigma Rick, harness tyres. Banana Goon Roadhouse. Banana Goon, where the drivers stop. Got the Bear Factory, does the trophies, the videoing here, see Dougie for your videos. And Jump Back Sandpole Roadhouse. We've got Goose's Auto. He runs around the track here. He's got a bit of a ponytail, old Goosey. And we got the 3 double G for better music, and GF and KL Plumbing. We've got custom tuning services, the speed shop. Yeah. We've got Kings, who does all the looks like Hondas and Kawasaki's and whatever. We've got the water. Don't wally with your water. See these guys, they don't wally with their water. The Kings and the water. The Quell fire and safety equipment is very important to speedway racing. Without this equipment, fires start. We can't put it out with the good equipment from Quell fire and safety equipment. And we've got Paintmobile. Want your car painted? See Paintmobile. Then we come across to the Dandenong Service Centre. Major mechanical repairs. We've got John Furl Motor in the tyres. That's not a picture of him there in the corner either. That's not a picture of John either. He's a sumo wrestler. Then we got the Happy Roof from Elwood Roofing, always smiling. Get your roof done, your roof will always have a smile on its face. Then we go across to Ken with his racing supplies. Helmets, hats, steering wheels, anything. See Ken. Then we have 2 more, which is DJ Motors and Roval Brake and Clutch. They are the sponsors that support the Speedway, and we thank them very much. And then remember, coming up on the 20th of November, which is next week, is War on Wheels. Gippsland's first War on Wheels. And we've got some very major sponsors there. You've got the Bear Factory, you've got Harness Tyres, Don't get mad, get even. No, he's not a sponsor. Mobile service station. That means you don't go down there and get mad and get even with them, because Con Gate Motors, and we've got Gooses, and we've got that little Happy Roof over there again. So 5 of the main major sponsors: the Bear Factory, Harness Tyres, Mobile, Goose's Autos, and the Happy Little Roof down at Elwood. And we've got coming up on the 11th of December, it's a Christmas Cup for Modified Productions, 1 litre saloons, mini modified sprinters, and Division 2 hot rods is the Melbourne Cup. Unfortunately today at the moment we have no sound on the PA, so what we've got going around at the moment is the Grand Parade. as you can see. The events there on the left hand side, followed by the Grand Parade bumper cars 1, 2, 1 litre saloons, zone title, standard saloons, title 1A and B, B modified, title heat 1, B modified, title heat 2, Division 2 hot rods, bumper cars, ladies, 1 litre, where I've lost it, 1 litre ladies, zone title heat 1, mini modified sprinters, standard saloons, heat 2A and 2B, Division 2 hot rods, bumper cars 1 and 2, 1 litre saloon zone title heat 2, B modified heat 2A and 2B, standard saloons, ladies titles heat 3A and 3B, Division 2 hot rods, bumper car ladies, 1 litre saloons ladies zone title heat 2, mini modified sprinters have got interval. We go down to the bumper cars Division 1 for the final, Division 2, standard saloon ladies title, 1 litre saloon zone title, B modified production zone title, Division 2 hot rods, bumper car ladies, 1 litre saloons, ladies zone title, and mini modified sprinters, and Division 2 hot rods, ladies. That's to have the event for the day. Unfortunately with the sound system, we'll just play by ear. It's Grand Parade as you can see, great array of cars. It's lamp belonging to bottle drafting service there. It's quite a good turn up of cars today. The track. Having 3 zone titles, it's there's a great field of cars for today's meeting. Bumper cars, 1 litre saloons. Standard saloon ladies, B modified productions, bumper cars, so forth down the field. Cars Division 1. Bumper Cars Division 1. Bob's up the top, on the top fence up there. Right into the wall. Bumper Cars Division 1. Division 1 hot rods number 19. Second place goes to number 44 and 27. 44 and 27. That was the running of the Bumper Cars Division 1. Next heat out is the Bumper Cars Division 2, I think.
From 9 is Brad Day and 10 Trevor Walters. That's the positions they will start in. Down the back we've got Trevor in that 23 car hanging back there, obviously electing to start off the rear. No, he's not. He's pulled up now beside the 78 car of Darren Brown. Okay, yellows up. Stewards for the day, Colin Stewart from Rosedale. Under the Rustful Eye of Dennis Russell, 25, giving the 34 next through, 4 is Jeff Ryder, 13 under pressure from the 21 car, who then turns under pressure from 25 Paul Howden, so it's a big push and shove there down there out on turn 3. Back to the leaders, up to the front end through another lap is 32, Dave Perry. Next through is Jeff Ryder and the 30 car Steve McManaman, 21 is John Camosa. Yellow's out, one in the rear down on turn 3, the 61 car, 61, not sure, 61 Shannon there. Shannon Marr, I'm not sure how we pronounce that one, but someone doesn't like it, Mayor, okay, that's fine. Let us know and we'll certainly adjust. BSC President Alan Jones in attendance. Continues on his merry way with some big damage there on the right front, however the yellows are out, that'll bring that down. Meantime we'll just switch over to another system of broadcast here, back in a moment. Jeff Ryder, boy, I'll tell you what, he doesn't back off one little inch, right through underneath the 21 car, pays the penalty and goes all the way wide into turn 4, tacks the wall there, sustains some damage to the front of that car, and then pushes on back around about 7 places. 21 with the wheel rubbing on the left-hand rear wheel arch there that's not, doesn't look good at all. There's a lot of smoke coming from that area, and I'm sure that that tyre won't last much more than a couple more minutes. Down into the 32 Dave Jerry, he's doing it nicely. 61 next round, Shannon Miles there. Sorry, 21 something. day, folks. What do you mean, shut up? Okay, well, it's a big day. We've got a big one and some zone titles here today, so probably very handy that we do have the hands-free mic. What do you mean? Okay, we'll just put Ken Manning on air on the infield so we can get any up-to-date information on drivers or car conditions. Right front tyre in that number 8 car. That's really not going to do Brad Day any good at all. That's the steerer, and not going to be all that healthy for Brad. Oh, righto, well, we finished anyway. We got a checker on it. Well, that's 1 litre saloons off the pole in the first heat. 41 Darren Drayton from race position number 2 Graham Baldwin in race car 14. Out of race position number 3, Darren Butler in the Rosedale 7 car. From position number 4 is Stan Palonco in Big 1. From position number 5 is Milan Kit. Bugger Kit in the GW99 car. Out of 6 is Steve Horwood. From 7, Grant Apple. And the rear of field is Andy LaFavor. So that's the field. 7 dragging the start from out of 4. Not a good one there. Held up the remaining 2 cars. Back all the way out into the lead, number 14 car, Graham Baldwin, the big 1 car here, right down low, a little bit slippery there with that water, there's been some light to the track. They go down into turn 3, right around the outside to the 15 car of Steve Horwood. He doesn't muck around at all, that guy. He gets right into it. Look at him go up the outside. Now to put the pressure on the 14 car. Steve Harwood, the big 1 car of Stan Palonco, then following Darren Drayton in 41, 43, then is Andy LaFavor. Back to the leaders, the sharp end of the pacings is the 15 car lost, but totally there. All on his own, I believe. I don't think there was any assistance there, but all on his own. Gets it moving now, and that's a big disappointment there for Steve Harwood because in forward he was doing very, very well indeed there. He's been relegated back to the rear of wheel there, I believe it was all on his own. Okay, 14. Certainly check that one. 14 is Graham Baldwin. Okay, a correction on that one, folks, and certainly all you good folks will have seen it. I missed it, I wasn't watching, but the story is that the 15 car did get a little bit of a cut there, Steve Horwood. That might make a difference to the fight. Sorry, I'll just let you there. But I wasn't watching and I just saw the spin and it appeared that he was on his own. Might have surprised me because Steve is a real good steerer. And I'm now satisfied that my mate did him as his back because he did get a touch. Okay, back to the leader 14. It's Graham Baldwin. And Stan Palonco in the big 1 car has really pulled out on the 43 car now, the next one through. And Andy LaFavor, he's worked himself right up there. 34 light in behind him. 34 is Grant Apple. Out of 41 right out on the outside there, right up against the fence there at race. Not the place to be. 99 way down the back is Land Kit. Mother Kit in the early 99. Look at the pressure on the 14 car down the back here. And he's a mean driver rather. No 12 when it comes here to the drouin speedway. Up the outside trying to put the pressure on the all white sign spots at 14 car. Oh, down to the ground. The all whites are getting through. 43 now under pressure from the 34 car on the outside of Grant Apple. I'm playing something on the side of that car. I'm not sure who's driving it, but we saw it as we got assisted. Move over and hold the line flag being given to the 99 car. As far as Stan Palonco is through into the lead, there's an ailing car there in number 14, Graham Baldwin. What a shame he's had to pull off because he was right up front there for the early running stage of this race. 34 now putting the pressure. That's last the first, and he had a big handicap to try and make it last the first. So he's done very, very well indeed there. Yeah, the big one, Sierra. 99 about to have a lap put on him by 2 or 3 cars before he gets out of turn 4 here for a bit. 34 around the outside is ran out of all. 99 full on at the infield, running up for this heat. Second from 34, this stage ran out of all. 43 ending the favour. Been peddling for a few years and knows what it's all about here. Second flag down, goes down on Stan Walco. Give him a big hand post. It's the big one car. Stan Walco. Big one through a few runs here. A big run from Grant Owl. From last to first to second. 43 taking out the third spot there was Andy the favourite. Not sure the 15 car whether he got more there. 7th Darren Butler. 41. 4-1 is Darren Drake. 4-19-94. 34. Off the pole is Kathy Higgins in the number 1 side marked car, which is the 11 car, Alexander 11. So if we happen to call that as 1 in our excitement, you know how exciting we get, please forgive us, it is running as the Alexander 11 car. That's piloted by Kathy Higgins off the pole. From position number 2, Melissa Carey in Alexander 8, the outside of the front row. From position number 3, Debbie Hickson in the Nylora 97 car. From race position number 4, Natalie Finn in Rosedale 55. From position 5, Donna Dales in 54. From 6 is Sharon Stewart in the 6 car, Rosedale 6. From position number 7 is Flo Finn in Rosedale 19. From position number 8 is Nolene Lyons in Rosedale 40. Look at that car, immaculate as ever. We've got both heats on the one sheet. We were getting a little confused there, so let's hope we've got it right for you. Okay, flag down and we're racing in the ladies. Big title for Kansas Saloon. Down in the lead, but Kathy Higgins in the 11th car. Really stretching that lead as she goes down the back chute. Start is on, there's no indication that the yellow is going to be prevented to those drivers. The number 8 car, a little wishy-washy, Melissa Carey, and has pulled up for the balance of the field in no short order. And that's given the 11th car there, with Kathy Higgins every chance in the world to increase that lead. And she's done that ever so nicely over Debbie Hickson in the 97 car. Number 8 there, Melissa Carey, on wheel a little slow, holding up the rest of them. Goes down 5-5, that's the missing guys that know that's too close to me, I'm going to go down underneath. Sharon Stewart flies on there to take up that 4th position. In 5th position at this stage is Melissa Carey doing the 8 car about to be passed by him by Nolene Lyons in 4-4-0. Oh, Sharon Stewart, a big move up and down on the racing line through turn 1 and 2. Good take that 3rd position from Natalie Finn, now back to 1st. 44-0 is Nolene Lyons. And we've got 18 Cole to get the hell out of the road by the 54 car of Donna Dale, thumping the wheel and saying, hey, move over there, lady, and let me on past. Righty-ho. this week there's lots up down here on 4 where they're being put in boxed in behind the 8 car. Now they've got themselves out 55, Natalie Quinn, who's in the clear. They're about to have some pressure applied to her by the overlapping car, overtaking car of Kathy Higgins in the number 11 car. There they go, the white flag coming out from 9 on Kathy Higgins. Number 11. One to go for Kathy. 55 and Natalie Quinn being told to hold the line. 97 and 54 there side by side is Debbie Hickson. 54 Donna Dale. Donna saying, banging that steering wheel saying, get out of your road and give me a go. Well, she got locked in there and in fact twice got locked in because the every which way was loose. Well, Kathy Higgins has certainly done that in nice style. Sharon Stewart in number 6 through on the inside of 97 Debbie Hickson. Well, that was a big last minute rush there. 54 Donna Dale, 1 8 Gary, and 19 1 9 Jennifer White. Up by 3 from position 2, Lavina Hamlin. 44. Kelly Hunter from 3 out of position number 4, Jennifer White, Alexander 19. From 5 is Lorraine Clary. Out of 6 is Sandy Hickman. Oops, out of 6, where the heck are we? 6, yep, okay. 9 is Jenny Saunders out of 7. Bit hard to understand. Okay, let's get on with the race. Green's up. Okay, green's on, flags down, lights are on green. Lavina Hamlin. Oh, a bumper bar off already there. Dragging drift of that number 5 car there. Lorraine Clary, 50 go 5 car. Look at Jenny Saunders down the outside, number 9. Not, no, Stewart's, yes, Stewart's putting the yellow out on that one. They're not happy with the run up to the start of that one. Well, a big run there from Jenny Saunders in that number 9 car, and she'll be very disappointed indeed because she got a big run there. Man, look at Jenny Saunders all the way up the front there. Okay, Jenny Ballard, I believe, is running that 12 car. We'll just put Jenny in here so we know the next time. Ballard, Jenny Ballard in Seymour 12. Down the back end of the wheel. But we needed to know that. Thank you, Jeffrey. Well, the big 44 car there. Oh, sorry, 53 car. Being hounded by the 44 car. Now we got it. 5-3 for that. Not paying enough attention, mate. The 44. The next one there, Kelly Hunter. Putting the pressure on, looks for an outside run. Wow, look at this. Jenny Saunders was having an outside run at the first start, and she's drawing that one again. Well, I'll tell you what, that lady sure drives that car nicely because she's away to head out in the marble. She got a there by number 19 car, Jennifer White. She goes a little much in the side there, but look at the 5 car, Bendigo 5, right into the side of the 21 car. A bicycling job there on the 21 car. Not a very ladylike effort there, if I may say so myself. Okay, a little bit of a lump and a heavy-ho there. We may have a result on that momentarily. But, now in front, doing it nicely. Lavina Hamlin, 44 for Forrest Kelly Hunter. 18 up to third at this stage. Saunders, that's Sandy rather, Hickman. I was looking at the 6 car, the 9 car rather, and thinking it was the Saunders crew. Can't help yourself. Well, that'll be a little bit of a wild ride there for the driver there of the 21 car. Debbie Whitney. 21 car being put back in the original position, and I think that's fair. A little bit of a heavy-ho there from Lorraine Barrage, who was all psyched up and had the adrenaline running and was trying to get on through there. But you must lift off if you're in the side there. Okay, green's up and it's down and we're away. We're not waiting for the back one. Lavina Hamlin out in front in that 53 car. Look at the run around the outside. Right, Kelly Hunter keeps on one bit phased by the size and speed of that big one. He certainly paid the penalty there by losing out, getting it out wide in the marbles, and you wash off a little speed there. The 18 car tucked right in close behind there, Sandy Hickman. And she's going to hold on to that second spot, unless that 44 car can make it round the outside. Now the track's fairly dry out there, whether it's loose. It's drying out very quickly, and you will lose a little bit of traction there, but as it dries out, of course, you'll gain a little bit more. 18, Sandy Hickman tried it, looked down the inside of Lavina Hamlin there, but just didn't have the front to get up on turn. That's a big, long motor car to get past, I can assure you. Look at the run by Jenny Saunders in that number 9 car, now coming under pressure from 44, one up the wall, 19 over in the right outside the pit gate, and that was a big heavy hammer there into the wall, all the way along the pit gate, and I'm sure that that would have sustained some sort of damage there. The yellow flag's out. Well, that was a big hit there. The infield crew are indicating no, there's no point in trying to restart that car because it's obviously suffered some severe damage on that right front. Running line and say, if you want it, you go round me. Jenny Saunders up on the outside, and I think that she's going to have a big stride going right around the outside of Lavina in that 53 car. Well, off the little there, the 18 car gets the tail right out waggly there, Sandy Hickman, as she comes out of 2. They all drift into war. They're closing up now, that 44 car of Kelly Hunter. It's got a new set of legs there. It's not, it's dropped off a little bit now. They've got right up behind those cars. Lavina Hamlin goes a little wide there, not quite enough room there for Sandy to put her nose down on the inside, but look at the run from Jenny Saunders down the outside, neck and neck, into turn 3. Doesn't back off, gets it wide, into the wall, just a total loss there for a moment, and that's made a mighty mess of the front end of that car. Okay, maybe a yellow there because we don't seem to have any motion from that car. We'll wait to see what happens. Yellow's out. That car's in and for his mouth. Okay, Lavina Hamlin, got to do it all over again. And now the big attack there by 44, Kelly Hunter. As she tries to do this again, she tried it in the earlier lap. Gets it all high white stands from there in the marbles down at 2. And washes off the speed. But look at that little 18 car. It's right down there. Now she gets a chance to put it down on the inside of Lavina, but Lavina shuts the door there. That's good defensive driving, and she gets right down low. She's being advised there by her passenger to keep it down low because we don't want that little one to get down in there. That's a little 1600 Saturn, I think, is it? I'm sure Jeffrey says yes it is. And that little car is nice and nimble, and given a chance it's going to get its nose right down there alongside Lavina Hamlin, who's about to receive the one lap to go flag. The white flag's out, one to go. 44, Kelly Hunter tucked in there, looking for her chance to improve that position. Look at the run there by the 18 car. Not enough room as that big Skato moves over. And boy, that's like trying to move an elephant out of the road. That doesn't have much of a chance. Now we straighten out a 4 up to the run up to the flag, and Lavina Hamlin's done that very nicely indeed. The 18 car next through is Sandy Hickman, 44 next home Kelly Hunter, and the 5 car, a big move by Lorraine Barrage in that 5 car. And Jenny Saunders after that bang in the wall there, finishing 5th, 21 next home. Debbie Whitman down the back is the Jenny Bella Seymour 12 race car. He's 81 standard saloons, 81 B. In 70, better get out of the wind because I can't see it all together. Much better on that thing. Okay, back up, down and going down, and down, looking for a run off the front here, down there, up the 9 car. Controversial pole line that we put in here today. We've had complaints about the non-existent pole line here at Lowell. We've tried very hard indeed to put that in for you today. We've got that little bumper, little 6 or 8 inches if you want the old measurement on pole line to let you know where it is exactly. The stewards will know where it is if you move over. I can assure you of that. Cameras down in the 25 car. Cameras are really putting the pressure on for your efforts in that 70 car. Now they've closed up on the number 9. Number 9 car over there. Cup up in with the Stewart, not sure what that was, on the 3-star there. 28 Darren Hart, second 70 Peter Evans. Well, Peter's holding off the charge for Cameron Dow, and Cameron's a real fast charger. He's a great racer, and he'll be putting all sorts of pressure on Peter. You'll notice that he'll be looking down one side, looking down the other, trying to unsettle him. Peter's been around a while too in the 70 car. He's been racing a while and he knows what it's all about. The number 11 car there, not quite sure where he's going, like it's Wayne Ramsdale. Got a tuck in behind Cameron Dow in the 53 car of Matt Alford. Back to 23 to 3 Harry Malonis, rear of field to Melbourne. Okay, restarting again on the outer one coming up. Number 9 was first, as we anticipated, Francis Ramsdale. 40.
The last race was declared.
Okay, next heat up, we've got the number 9 or 6 car of Alan Ramsdale off race position number 1. From position number 2, we've got Warwick McAfee in 16. From 3, Mark Smith in the M6 car, No6. 4, we've got Gary Sagassa in No 29. From 5, we've got Kevin Fitzgerald from Moe 98. Let's go racing. UFC on the modified production B. All together now. Rest their way. Warwick McAfee there, just rippling way free. Off another 6 car there of number 1, Mark Smith, yes. Ramsdale in the 6 car out in front. That's the Moe 6 car of Mark Smith. Tucked in behind. Yellow because he was just working his way into a little bit of a lead over the Mark Smith number 6, the Moe 6 car of Mark. 16 next through there was Warwick McAfee. 29, 29, Gary Sagassa. 98, 98, Kevin Fitzgerald. 45, what is it, 45? That'll get worse, can't even see. overnight, he continues. Alan round doing right, the Albany put it around again in turn 2. Well, we're not having much luck at all. Mark Smith in an uncustomary error there. Right to the fence there in turn 1. Yellow's out. On the last lap, yellow's out. We'll probably see a declaration here. 98, sending the Clark across, cutting for cover over there on the back chute. Justin Albany gets it headed in the right direction, wrong direction, but got it going anyway. Just wait on the decision there and see if we've got a restart or a declaration. Okay, folks, well, that was on the last lap, so it's been declared. We're on into the final lap, so it'll be declared, and the winners will go back to the completion of the last lap, which will be Alan Ramsdale in the 906 car first. Second, I think you'll still find is Mark Smith in Moe 6, and third will be Warwick McAfee in 16, GW 16. This is absolutely first class. These guys side, the number 7 going there as well, but it's here, I think it's perhaps to remonstrate with him and say, why the heck did you have to do that? And I'm sure there'll be some repercussion as a result of that. Okay, in the meantime, the leader, the undisputed champ in that heat, the number 12 car of Furlong. We'll wait for second and third placings official from the Stewart Tyre. We'll give them to you, but that's good racing there.
Second place goes to number 11, and third place goes to number 90.
The stewards have had a talk to both those drivers and they both agreed there was a little tangle up there, there was no malice in that. So 90, Austin Corcoran second, and 11, you themselves third.
90 second and number 11 is third.
Because the presentation is first class, they've really got those cars up and running now, and there's always some good close racing. Okay, ladies bumper cars. From position 1 is Debbie Van Doren, from 2 Leanne Young, out of 3 is Yvonne Parker, and from 4 Brenda Brown in 78. Good luck to you folks, because we've got a whole heck up of numbers here and number 4 is Debbie Van Doren, out in front, 19 Leanne Young, 48 we don't have listed, 78 Brenda Brown, and 36, 36 we don't have listed either. So that makes it nominate. I just say another mostly right. I'm sure, because look at it out in front, Debbie Van Doren, she's doing this very, very nicely indeed. 19 Leanne Young, 48, we've got a driver for, we can use someone tell us. Brenda Brown in 78, down the back we've got 36, and we've got driving on here. Divi Van Doren, 19, Leanne Young, and 48. 48 is third.
Charlie!
Because we spend a lot of time here at Drouin Speedway, Garfield Raceway Inc., Association Inc., trying to get the ladies into classes, and we spend whatever time we possibly can trying to recruit them and encourage them, and it's great indeed to see 8 ladies out here in 1 litre saloons, because that's a good turn-up, as good as we've had for some considerable time. Off the pole is Judy Franklin in 43. That's right, yes it is. 43. Out of 2 is Julie Clem from race position. Number 3 is Irene Kowalko. Out of 4 is Ross Hooper from 5, Linda Stubbs. out of 6, Marion Eastman, from 7, Chris Dyke, and from 8, Nicole Colaco in the Rosedale 14 car outside, back to the road. Okay, Ken, we'll give you a bit of a call here and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, thanks, Max. We'll see how we go with you. And we're trying to pick up my vision 43. Do you think on the 40 on the outside? I'll try and, I guess Max has already gone through all the cars and who's driving. I reckon I'll go in 1. like I mentioned too, but I'd like to want to see anyone now predicted run out to be 16 years of age to drive in these cars, or for the juniors it's 12 years of age. And it's not a very expensive sport to get into. It's a reasonably cheap sport when you work it out. For the value of the whole thing, which is, and I've said this for some 10 years now, what better way did you teach young people to drive and handle a car than to drive out on the track?
One's first, 72 second, and 34 third.
This is going to save your life. Can't even do it on his own. Gee, you think he'd be big enough to handle something like many modified sprint cars? Who I have a soft spot for, and I'm sure that you already know that, folks. Just to race one of these things in some semblance or some fashion. Okay, flag down, and we're racing. Tony Gill in the 33 car. Oh no, sorry, that's Royal Brown. That's 18. That's Gary Jones in the 33 car. I'm thinking of Tony Gill from Rosedale, but look at the off the circuit there. 1, 2 in, oh, what a bingle down here. Oh, look at that face, that's not a bingle, I call it a bingle, and what a travesty, because there's some superb driving there from drivers who were down the back of the field with mud all over their visors and whatever in turn 3, that came through that clearly down there without touching another car, and I think that's commendable. Because these cars on this slippery surface are not going to respond to your demands in terms of steering. And those guys steered their way through those two special cars, and I think that's an accolade in itself to these guys, because they were travelling at full tilt into turn 3. Says go, and we're racing again. There he goes, he's going to do it all again. Very famous name in this modified racing throughout the years, with Wayne Milburn being an absolute champion in this field. So that name is no stranger to mini mod racing. Out in the lead now and doing it very nicely indeed is Terry Jones in his 32 car. He's got a clear run, a clear track. 33 next to him is Tony Hill. 23 miles racing number there, 2-3. That brings back some memories indeed of Gary Mackey. I hope he has as much fun out of racing in a car with that number as I did, because I've had a lot of nice people. Okay, back to the racing, 32. Out in front, he's doing it nicely. Terry Jones. Tony Hill, number 11 car there. Number 1 car, sorry. Full barrel, number 11. I've just got another 11 there. Okay, the number 1 car is full barrel. Alright, that car is in an impact area, and Ken Manning has very widely indicated to the panel, to the drive, that he requires a yellow, and that yellow has gone out, and that saves anyone from injury, and that's what we're here and all about. Okay, the 22 car there goes by 22 is Boyer Jones, looking for a method of spreading his way through some of that traffic. Another old mini-mod driver of a few years back down here on the lighter courses, Terry Hinch. He built the first car I ever drove, and like I said, we had a lot of fun in those days running mini modifieds. We travelled all over the state. We won our share and enough to enjoy it. Always very happy indeed to see these going, as old Terry is down here. I see him feeding the air like a racing dog, or hunting dog or something every time these things go by. Wouldn't have been at all surprised a couple of times to see him come back on the track with one, and I'm sure he would have put one together sufficiently well to run with these guys. Okay, up front.